Yo, 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 yo. Big kids back up in here. They standing up, y'all. They standing up. They are fighting for what's right over what's wrong. These comedians are holding Andrew Schultz accountable for his action, and they standing up. And we sick and tired of that. Listen, somebody put this compilation together. This was good. This was good. I enjoyed the first 2 minutes I watched, and I said, you know what? I'm about to go bring this to the Get It gang. We about to check this out. We about to check this out, how they edited and did everything. Shout out to Comedy Enforced. I will leave a link in the description. The title reads, The Wild Truth About the Andrew Schultz and Kendrick Lamar Beef. There's something else that we missed out on, y'all, and they exposing it. We about to get into this, y'all. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
People think like, oh, as a comic, your job is to get in trouble. And so, but they don't want to get yelled at. It's like, it's okay to make people mad, but they don't want any pushback. And I think that's wrong. As a comedian, you want to make people laugh. This is a quote attributed to Andy Warhol that I love. It's just, art is getting away with it. You know, if you put out a special and everyone's pissed, like you didn't get away with it.
I like the way you put that together. Do you hear that, Andrew Schultz? Art is getting away with it. If you got everybody pissed off instead of laughing, you're not a comedian. It's not funny. Like you didn't. What are you doing? You're showing your true nature. That's what you're doing, man. Let's get it.
People are allowed to get offended. They're allowed to have their feelings hurt. All these things are allowed to happen, but we're allowed to make jokes. And in my opinion, everyone gets these jokes.
Everyone gets these jokes. Everyone gets these jokes, baby.
But to me, the first thing I did is post about it, and I was like, everyone gets these jokes.
DL said he understands everybody gets these jokes.
Oh my God.
But does everybody get the same jokes? Matt Wright changed his identity. That motherfucker got a facelift and everything. Matt Wright said,
Leave that alone.
He did. Matt went and got a facelift. Matt went and changed his whole identity to stay away from this, bro.
But I mean, I'll be honest. If you're a comic,
How do you know that's not about Matt Wright, who just had a face change?
He just had a face transplant?
Dude, I don't stop.
Who is Matt Rife, y'all? Y'all let me know in the comment section, y'all. Who's Matt Rife?
Stop it.
He did?
Somebody look that up.
He said it's not a face transplant. He just hit puberty lick or some like that.
Really?
I literally just saw this, bro. I'm not making this up. That is Ellen to Jake Paul.
Oh, that's Matt. That's my man. The dude, he's funny. He is funny. That's Matt. Okay, Matt Rife is funny. That dude is funny. Now that's a comedian right there. That's a comedian. That's who Matt Rife. I ain't know him by name. I know people by faces. He's funny. And he's quick with he's do his stuff off the head. Like that's a real comedian right there.
That's who that is. Who is Matt Rife?
Matt Rife, what'd you do to Charlamagne, man?
Yeah.
What'd you do to Charlamagne? What the hell?
That's what it said.
What did you do to Charlamagne?
That's what TMZ said the headline. Matt Rife.
Now, you know, we've obviously had Logan on a few times. Every time we have him on, people are upset at us for not asking about this crypto thing. I just want to clarify here. We obviously asked him about the crypto thing. He said that there's an open investigation. Can we not talk about it? Can you cut it from the episode? So we're like, yeah, sure, we'll cut it from the episode. You can't talk about me and I'm cloud chasing. Like, if anybody's cloud chasing, it's Kendrick.
No.
With over 2 billion combined views on YouTube, massively successful comedy specials, sold-out Madison Square Garden shows, and even a standout performance at the Tom Brady roast on Netflix, Andrew Schultz has definitely cemented himself as one of the biggest names in stand-up comedy at the moment. But of course, this level of success didn't happen overnight. And for the past 5 years or more, Schultz played a key role in pioneering the trend of comedians posting their material and clips on social media, but more specifically, on YouTube. And so with a combination of talent, some great timing, and some good luck, Andrew Schultz was able to build a massive fan base that knew him and liked them for his edgy comedy.
First of all, I think what you're doing with YouTube is genius. It's brilliant. You're the first comic to really capitalize on using YouTube. You know, Netflix didn't want to give you a special, like, fuck, I don't need you. Let me do this. It'll get more views. And it has. And it's been amazing. It's been beautiful to watch. Yeah. But are you experiencing, because of the popularity increase, are you experiencing some pushback on some of your material? Because you go hard.
Bro, the weirdest thing? No. It's like we've curated an expectation for it. So the people that are going there are waiting for it. I'll tell you one thing, the Joe Rogan effect. We used to do 1 million views a week on my YouTube channel. And I came on here, 2 million now.
Wow.
Doubled.
That's crazy.
Doubled.
We'll see what happens now.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, it was nuts,
You get
bro.
the Charlamagne effect in there
Dude,
too.
well, we do a podcast. I mean,
But
the channel exists because of the Charlamagne.
Why Charlamagne looking dull over there? He said the channel exists because of Charlamagne. So the channel exists because of Yo, what's up with these? Yo, what's up with we giving these people they start and they take? That's the same thing I was about to react to with Aiden Ross. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go and react to it. I ain't even gonna say nothing. We give people they start and they go and they just shit on us. We give people they start and they shit on us. Now I think Andrew Schultz got his start from his dad probably, because I think his dad was in entertainment and all that.
Well, I mean, we'll see. I mean, it was nuts,
you get
bro.
the Charlamagne effect in there
Dude,
too.
well, we do a podcast. I mean,
But
the channel exists because of the Charlamagne effect. My channel exists because we're putting the Brilliant Idiots videos out every week on the channel. Like, without him, that channel doesn't exist.
However, because of this Rogan sphere effect, which we've talked about a lot in the past, a lot of comedians that became close friends with Joe Rogan went through something very similar, which was that, yes, before they met Joe, they were already successful stand-up comedians, but as soon as they became close friends with Joe, started going on the podcast a lot more, and got the cosign from Joe Rogan, they essentially had access to his massive fan base, which guaranteed a solid audience for a really long time in the future. And so naturally over time, they started focusing more on other things and less on the things that made the show good and what made Joe Rogan and everyone else a fan of them in the first place. And so then the lazy and the hacky material started becoming a more common thing on the show, on the podcast, because keep in mind that just a few years back, Andrew Schultz was absolutely killing it. He was putting out new and creative content, both on the podcast when he used to begin the show with a well-written monologue, but also at some point, they landed a comedy special on Netflix with the whole Turn Your Phone Sideways project, which back then I thought was pretty good. But even one of the comedy goats, one of the legends, didn't think so. But because it was new and creative and there was a lot of effort, projects, which back then I thought was pretty good, but even one of the comedy goats, one of the legends, didn't think so. But because it was new and creative and there was a lot of effort that was put into it, even Joe Rogan was able to defend and stand up for Andrew Schultz, which now looking back, it is absolutely wild.
So like he would use all these visuals while he was hitting punchline after punchline.
Oh, wow.
He figured out a new way to do comedy. He figured out a way to do internet, Instagram 10-minute comedy.
Well, okay, but that's not, like you say, that's not stand up.
No.
Like this thing that you're describing, God bless him.
Yeah.
That's not what I do.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah,
it's different. It's different than the way he does stand up, which is interesting because his stand up is slower. He holds laughs, he holds pause, he laughs at shit, he fucks around, he works a
So he talking about Andrew Schultz with Dave Chappelle?
crowd a lot. His stand up is loose.
Right.
He has fun. He's comfortable up there.
Right.
But these little clips that he does on Instagram are rapid fire, bang, bang, bang. And he works with a series of writers. But he used that time and innovated, you know? And
He worked with writers. So Andrew Schultz got writers and still... Oh,
That's clever.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not, I'm not interested in it because
Hey, Dave Chappelle's been keeping it real, standing on business. Yeah, it's clever. I'm not interested in that shit, man. I don't want to hear that bullshit, man.
no disrespect to him. I like happening in real life.
yeah, it's a different thing.
Yeah, I mean, I could throw a slideshow and the shit if I want to, but that crowd's not there. What's
Right.
the fucking point for me?
I know what you mean. But for him, he's coming up still. You know, you'd already made it.
Well, no,
Why he always putting his legs on the damn kid, bro? Man, come on, be a man. Put your damn feet down, man. He do that in every podcast. Want to put his feet up like he a damn little girl or something, man. But yeah, Dave Chappelle, he stopped too. Like he just, like Corey Holcomb said in the past, he start getting up there and just talking. Like he don't even be dropping them bombs. It seemed like he don't write. Like it just seemed like he'd get up there and just be talking regular with his cigarette.
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to get back in there.
Yeah, and it's a whole different ball of wax. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like that thing that evolution he was able to make. I'm like the old guy who has that hot outfit from the '70s. Go fashion, go on without me. I look fine. I'm that. I'm good.
Now, what's really interesting is that now looking back, Joe Rogan would actually defend Andrew Schultz the same way that he defends Tony Hinchcliffe now, or with the same energy, because to go as far as to argue with Dave Chappelle, one of the GOATs, about comedy and what a new comedian is doing is pretty wild. And to be fair, it does show you how good of a friend Joe Rogan is or was to Andrew Schultz back then. But now it would be interesting to know if Joe Rogan still feels the same way or has that same energy to defend Andrew Schultz for the jokes that he made about Kendrick Lamar, because it wasn't creative at all and it wasn't even that funny at the end of the day. For example, if we take a look at the way that Andrew Schultz responded back then to Dave Chappelle's criticism, he was actually very nice about it. He made some jokes, but he wasn't that aggressive or said how he wanted to make love to Dave Chappelle. And that is likely because Andrew Schultz knew that he was letting his work and success speak for itself.
First of all, y'all heard what he said? That's because back then he was letting his work speak for itself. Now he's starting to spiral. It ain't hit no more. Now he clout chasing Dot. That's exactly what he doing. He clout chasing. Talking about, yeah, GNX wouldn't be GNX if it wasn't for me.
Joe is the man.
Yeah, that was so dope.
Like, Joe is just the man, and he is like, he's so rare in that he celebrates other people's creativity and success. And now to Dave. I actually, let me just give some context to this. I think I would have reacted the same way as Dave, given how I was described. Because if Dave has no clue who I am in terms of stand-up, right? And Joe's describing this like kind of YouTube or Instagram comedy, and you know how we all are. The second you tell me about like a funny YouTuber or a funny Instagrammer, we're like, I don't give a what that shit is, a little slideshow. This,
we
that,
stand-ups,
But then when Joe's like, no, he's a stand-up, it's different, and he found a way to evolve within the times. And then I think he was a little bit dismissive.
He much more humbler back then. Much more understanding, ain't loud. What changed from 2021 to through 2020? What changed from this to you want to emasculate a man? What changed? I'm sure it's always been there, but what makes you think you could publicly say something like that now? What changed for you to do this, that? Maybe it's the confirmation he been getting from people, overhyping him, blowing up his head. Pause.
To it, and he was like, that's not my type of comedy, that's not what I do. And I guess the only pushback I would give there to Dave is that, like, Dave is a household name not because of stand-up, but because of a different type of comedy.
But most recently, with the way that he's handling this whole Kendrick Lamar,
I don't know. Dave Chappelle was back in the Def Comedy Jam days, boy. You better go do your research, boy. What you talking about, boy?
situation, it does make me believe that he's very insecure about not being that funny or creative anymore, because we've mentioned this before, but most recently the podcast, the Flirting Podcast, has been essentially turning into the male version of The View, in the sense that they only cover trending topics and go viral, not because of the jokes and the creativity, but because of the insane things that they say, which is clearly biased and not very comedian-like. And in this case, when it comes to Andrew Schultz, it does come across as him straight up clout chasing, because for the past couple of years, he has been receiving and dodging a lot of real criticism and some comments, but now decides to engage with the easiest one that will get him the most attention, and he really wasn't even mentioned at all. And by the way, don't forget to like the video. It helps out so much, and I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Listen, I shut off my phone for the week. Like the week before, Kendrick dropped his album, right?
Yeah.
Every black person that texts or calls me is like, yo, Kendrick just took a shot at you on the album. Every white person or Asian person or Latino person that calls me is like, yo, good luck on your special. Okay?
Yeah.
So clearly there was a separation in who was, indulging in his content. Okay? So I've been a little out of it. But I come out of the special and it looks like there's so many articles about this album that are about I don't want to,
No, it was about you. You were trending on my Twitter.
No way.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you because you had things to focus
What a
on.
time to be alive where
I was not one of the Asians who said, good luck on your special.
I'm just saying, what a time to be alive where rappers got to talk about comedians for clout. Yeah. And you don't even got to say my name and it still makes headlines?
It's crazy.
You're welcome. You are, how many views did I give him, you think? I mean, here's the thing. This is the thing that is kind of funny about it.
He's just so, all on his high horse. He's on his high horse on cloud nine, like, yeah, me. Calm down, soldier.
It's like, first of all, Kendrick's people and the gang affiliate, everybody, his security, they will kill me. They will.
Yeah, I don't want to revisit that because I don't even like the way that sounds.
The Flagrant Podcast and everyone around, they all have so many partnerships. They all have so many sponsors.
This the part I want to hear. His sponsorships. We gonna hear him break it down. Listen, y'all.
And there's so much money on the line that at this point it is nearly impossible.
Those was all his sponsorship he just showed.
For everyone to actually get these jokes. And so the fact that he continues to push that narrative, it is a little bit dishonest because, for example, this is all speculation, but it wouldn't make any sense that the same company that is sponsoring both Drake and Andrew Schultz would be okay with Schultz trashing and going hard and making fun of one of their biggest partnerships. And so because of that, there is a clear bias and an incentive to not say anything negative about one person, but double down and triple down against the other. In this case, Drake and Kendrick.
Shout out Drake, though.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Shout out Drake.
They sponsored by the same people.
Now, I almost feel like I should just say a bunch of things about Kendrick that aren't true to get it out the way now in case he tries to say shit about me.
Oh.
Like, you gotta get there first. Strike first. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Which, again, it's not very
They just a bunch of yes men around him. Okay. All right. Yeah.
Like. So once again, it's not just about Andrew Schultz telling a lazy or a bad joke, but instead that for the past year, this whole thing of everyone getting these jokes kind of has been exposed, which is pretty sad because, in my opinion, Andrew Schultz is one of the better comedians in the Rogan sphere when it comes to his comedy style and also his work ethic or business mentality and all that stuff. It's pretty impressive. But lately, even though he's more successful and wealthier than ever, it does seem like he's more worried and focused on getting more exposure instead of actually creating good content like they used to. For example, if this was still the Rogan and YouTube podcast, I'm pretty sure Andrew Schultz would have responded to all the people calling him out, from Anthony Jeselnik to also that podcast episode with Steiny, Ethan from the H3 podcast, and also Bradley Martin, who had an interesting story about his experience with Andrew Schultz.
But I think what changed is I've learned a lot about Schultz, and I think he's actually an asshole.
Yeah, no, I was just curious if this is something.
That's the dude. This the dude right here where Andrew Schultz tried to embarrass him on that podcast. Yeah, I remember we reacted to it. Andrew Schultz was being a straight asshole to him, bro.
You're actually going with the trend, or this is a genuine?
No, it's a genuine feeling. I feel like,
man, I don't like, man, God. Come on, bro. Y'all see it, man. Come on, bro.
that one is more. That's a sourced, informed opinion that I don't like him.
My only beef with Schultz is that I went on his podcast almost 3 years ago now, and he's like, "Yeah, when I come to LA, I'll come to yours," and he hasn't.
That's the kind of guy he is. He's a big time guy. Like all of a sudden, he won't shut the up about selling Madison Square Garden and like that. He acts like he's the big.
Hey, men, young men, give you some etiquette, some male etiquette. This is how you fold your legs. When you sitting down, you know you got your business attire. This how you fold. This is the male way to fold your legs. But when that leg come across like it was a couple seconds ago, that's how females cross their legs. Don't do that what you just seen a couple minutes ago.
Biggest coming to comedy.
Still deciding where it's going. Still figuring that out. But hopefully I'll have a decision by next week. I will let you guys know if it's going to be Netflix, Amazon, or maybe I'll charge my fans. Maybe I'll charge everybody $20 each to watch it, and then I'll put it on YouTube like a day later. How about that?
Oh, that's what Andrew Schultz
did. How about I get $50 from everybody? Because it's so edgy.
And by the way, there's a ton of other examples of comedians or podcasters trashing or talking negatively about Andrew Schultz. But to be fair, You could argue that because Andrew Schultz is on a whole different level, he can't realistically respond to everyone, and he might not want to make it seem like he's punching down. But when it comes to Anthony Jeselnik, I mean, that is the perfect person to respond to and go hard against another comedian. And when it comes to Ethan Klein from the H3 podcast, I think it would have been an interesting back and forth. And if they wanted to, they could have made it a huge deal and gotten a lot of attention. But he didn't respond to any of that. Instead, it does seem like Andrew Schultz carefully picks who he wants to respond to and what he wants to address, essentially ignoring all the real criticism and only choosing the easiest one that he can address and destroy on his own podcast, surrounded by yes men. And so because of that, the whole excuse of him just simply defending himself and his friends is absolutely insane and doesn't make any sense.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the time. That's why they got to shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends,
They grow a
step-
beard
they step their
because
dick
there's
up.
more cushion when they get slapped the out of them.
Alex going crazy.
That's not me.
That's the other guy.
I think the black girlfriend effect.
We love them all.
You could just tell Charlamagne just in the middle, man. Poor old Charlamagne, man. He just in the middle. He like, damn, should I laugh? Damn, I need to laugh for the podcast. And let me just give a little. Damn, I'm in the middle of this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
Yo, who gets
That means white.
Matter of fact, he the only one laughing for us. She looking like, damn, why I gotta be here?
No, translation.
Kendrick fans, get him! Wait a minute.
They cut the best part.
say Kendrick
I never
fans.
seen this before.
Well, at the very, very end, he says, Kendrick fans, get him. So
I did not know you said that.
Oh, my little rascal's hurt.
No, wait a minute. Tom.
He's not the Karen. The Karen.
That means what?
Hey, let me know translation.
Kendrick fans, get him!
Wait a minute.
They cut the best
You
part.
say
I missed it. What's the old for? I don't get it.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about shit all the time. That's why they got to shave their hair.
Nah, bro. White guys with black girlfriends,
They grow a
step-
beard
they step their
because
dick
there's
up.
more cushion when they get slapped the out of them.
Alex going crazy.
That's not me.
Alex going
That's the other guy.
I think
That's the
the
other
black
guy.
girlfriend effect.
We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
Yo, who gets
That means what?
Hey, let me know translation.
Kendrick fans, get him!
Wait a minute.
They cut the best
you
part.
say Kendrick
I never
fans.
seen this before.
Well, at the very, very end, he says, Kendrick fans, get him. So
I did not know you said that.
Oh, my little rascal's hurt.
No, wait a minute. Tom.
He's not the Karen. The Karen is the person calling it out.
Nah, I don't think it's
Bro, stop it. If you were with your
I don't get it. Somebody please explain to me what just happened. I don't understand. Like, what happened? Kendrick fans get him. I don't get it.
You called him out first.
I wasn't talking about that Kendrick.
Yes, you
He's standing up for
were.
his fans.
Stop.
I was talking about
Guys
Kendrick
watching
Perkins.
you
He's
live.
standing up for his fans. You called him out first. I don't think Kendrick does this line if you don't say his name in this viral clip.
Yes.
Kendrick does have a great sense of humor. That is a fact. He has
Does
a great
he?
sense of, no, he does. He has a great sense of humor.
How so?
That's why he's doing the show with the creators of South Park.
No, they have a great sense of humor.
No,
That's why he hired them.
He has a great sense of humor.
Listen,
You don't know much about Kendrick.
Listen, the guy who
Euphoria is hilarious.
the guy who
Euphoria
does
is hilarious.
Not Like Us is hilarious. These are funny ass records. What he said with the sexy red line.
What is it?
Oh, when I see
What
you
he
with
said
sexy
with
red, I
sexy red.
think you see too bad.
That's funny.
I think you got real competition. You might pop an ass with him. Like he's a funny guy. Kendrick
when I
is-
see you with
What
sex,
is it,
I
the
got two
braids?
bad bitches.
Hey, when you think of it like that, he's more funnier than Andrew Schultz. Yeah, he's more funnier than him because it's well thought about. Oh, so Andrew Schultz was. I'm starting to get it. Andrew Schultz was saying Kendrick fans get the two guys for laughing at that joke.
What is it, the braids?
About Drake?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that funny.
What I hope is he's just a person who f***ed up. Like this was a line. It was a throwaway line. You should have thrown it away.
Yeah, just say you weren't talking about me. That's the best thing you could do, Kendrick. Be like, yo, I don't know who Schultz.
All right, I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Way past the time. We at 24 minutes. Joint 42 minutes long, so y'all can go watch it on your own. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. The new little resurfaced little clip that was taken out. yeah, the Kendrick fans get him or whatever. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but yeah, it's good to see that those other comedians holding him accountable. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. Big Kish signing out. I'm gone, y'all.